It's Chef Curry. Chef Curry's always gonna cook, and we know this. You should not be shooting 47 threes against a team that you're bigger than! Luka is doing what I was worried about in the first place when Luka got traded there, and why I even said I'm not sure if they're able to go as far. And my third option would be Rui, but you could have picked any of these three, and you decided to drive your ass into the lane against Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler. What did you think was going to happen when you drove into the lane against two of the best defenders on the team? What is cracking, everybody? How's everybody doing today? If you guys know me, I am a content creator, React streamer. I like to react to different things, whether that be basketball, modern NBA, or different basketball content in general. I also like to react to things that are drama, TikTok, YouTube nonsense. So if you like brain rot or basketball, I'm the guy for you. So, today, let's talk about that Lakers game, bro. A bit disappointing. A little bit disappointing. But let's go down the list, huh? Let's go ahead and talk about what I like and what I didn't like from each team. First off, let's talk about what I liked from the Warriors. Podziemski. One thing that worries me about the Warriors as far as them having a playoff run is whatever we spoke on, right? We spoke on, as far as like OKC goes, the lack of playoff experience, the lack of being in those high-level situations, right? Quentin Post plays a lot of minutes. I don't know how much I trust him in those high-level situations. Podziemski, I don't know how much I trust him in those high-level situations, but as of last night, I mean, last night felt like a playoff game. I'm going to keep it a B with you. It felt great. It was amazing. Podziemski went 8 for 10 from 3. Okay? He went 8 for 10 from 3. Steph Curry was 4 for 11. He was hotter from 3 than Steph Curry. Now, Steph dropped 37. It was more like a quiet 37, if that makes sense to you guys, when I was watching. He had some flashy shots, I'll admit. That behind the back, like he was going to the rim. That behind the fucking back, whoop, throw up, toss up shit. Like, Steph had some wild shit, because Steph always has some wild shit. It's Steph fucking Curry. It's Chef Curry. Chef Curry's always going to cook, and we know this. But one thing I don't, like from last night, as far as, like, but do like, don't like, is the fact that Podziemski had 28, while Jimmy had 11. So even if you switch these, which I think would happen in the playoffs, and you give 28 to Butler and 11 to Podziemski, they still are in a good spot. Look, Golden State played really well. Okay, they were 45% from the 3-point line, 47% from the field. They shot 42 threes total, made 19. Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys, I'm tired today. And they did well as far as, like, getting boards. I respect it a lot. They played really well. Look at their assist total. It was about 30. 46 rebounds total. So, I think when it comes down to this team, the Golden State Warriors, I'll give them credit where credit is due. They played extremely well. They were hot from 3. They moved the ball a lot, okay? I liked how much they moved the ball. It was swing, swing, swing. Looking for the open man and making sure it was getting knocked down. As far as, like, defensive sets, they really were giving Luka trouble. But it wasn't just that. They forced the Lakers into 2 shot clock violations. That's just good team defense as a whole. And I think they played extremely, extremely well. I liked how... I do like how, even though they did not have the size, they still used their speed to an advantage. And I do think when it comes down to the playoffs, keep an eye on the role players. I don't think Steph's going to drop 37 every night, but I also don't think Jimmy Butler's going to drop 11 every night. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying? And Draymond's he's a heater. He doesn't really need to give you that much. But even Draymond hit 2 threes last night, right? All they need is for their role players to really step up. I know what Steph's going to bring me. I know what Jimmy's going to bring me. It's playoff Jimmy. But as long as Podziemski just gives me 50% of this, Moses Moody gives me, he has to give me all of this. And Kaminga gives me what he can give me. As long as these players play to the potential that they can play at, I see the Warriors being a team that's going to be hard to beat. I still don't trust them as far as getting to the Western Conference finals because they either have to go through Denver, and as much shit as people has given Denver, trust me being one of them, I still don't think they have enough to beat Denver. Or they have to go through the Lakers. They have to either go through Denver or the Lakers, either round one or round two, to get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't see that happening. I honestly see them dropping either to Denver or the Lakers in a 7-game playoff series. I see the Warriors taking a couple games. Absolutely. They are a good team. I will never shit them. I will never shit on them and say that they're not good enough to win a couple games in the playoff series, but you're out your mind if you feel like this team can actually push through in the playoffs against a team that I feel like did not play well last night and did not even play up to their potential, but that's not here or there. I'm not going to sit here and kind of kiss the ass of the Lakers because they didn't play well doesn't mean I'm going to take away the credit from the other team that played well. So I think that the Golden State Warriors played extremely well. I think that Steph Curry is Steph Curry. Podziemski was kind of crazy to see. I do like the fact that he was not scared to shoot. And I do like the fact that even though it felt like a playoff game, a lot of these players came to play away from home on LA's territory, where LA is very good at home. I'm pretty sure, what are they? Shit, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure they're double-digit wins at home. They're better at home than they are away. That much I know. 29-10, there it is. They're 29-10 at home, right? So when it comes to the Lakers, getting this win was important for them. And now, as long as the Lakers drop another one and they win tonight, they can fuck around and take that Lakers spot, but I don't see that happening. I see the Lakers pulling back from this, but that could just be optimism and that could just be honesty, whichever way you want to look at that. But I think we need to talk about the bad as far as like the Warriors go. So we talked about the good. Team defense was great. I like the box outs. I like the fighting for the boards. I like the assist. I like the swing, swing, swing. I like the plays. Okay, they seemed really in sync as a team. I like the chemistry. I like that the role players stepped up. I like all of that. Okay, all of that I love. I liked when they had a lead and the Lakers were coming on a run. They came on a run multiple times, right? The Warriors were still able to hold it down and hold the lead up. I like that all about the Warriors. And like I said, Podziemski, I like him. And I like that Kaminga came to play. Here's what I didn't like. Their size. This will be used against them. As far as the Lakers, I'm going to use this against the Lakers as a con. Because there's a lot of cons to talk about the Lakers. A few pros, but a lot of cons. But we'll get there in a second. But in the beginning of the game, at least, you ran a lineup of Curry, Butler, Green. You had Moody and Podziemski. And then you had Curry on Hachimura. And you had Moody on Luka. And Jimmy on Bron. This is ridiculous. You can't do this lineup. You can't even do this lineup tonight. Right? Denver's size is going to be a problem. You have Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. Is Jamal playing tonight? I'll look that up. He's not big in size, but still, you got Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, those three. Who are you putting? Okay, let's say you put Moses Moody on Aaron Gordon. Let's say you put Draymond Green on Jokic, I guess, maybe. And then you put Jimmy Butler on Michael Porter Jr. Is that what you're going to run with? That size is going to be a problem. It will be a problem. When the playoffs come, everybody's saying the size of the Lakers. Even I was saying as much. But at least the Lakers had some size to the point that they could have took to their advantage. And again, we're going to get to that Lakers side of things because that was ridiculous. But, like, what the hell are you going to do? There's no way you can run this lineup. And if you switch some players out, I don't know, what are you going to run? Quentin Post? A young rookie? He's going to be eaten alive by Jokic. Or you're going to go Kevon Looney? He's not really a defender. He gets you boards. I just don't know what the Warriors are going to do against a team like Denver. If you feel confident against them playing the Lakers, that's fine. I truly just don't feel like the Lakers played to their potential last night. I feel like there were so many miscues, but this is not about the Lakers right at this moment. I'll get there in a second. I just don't feel like the Lakers is a team that Golden State can beat whatsoever in a 7-game series. But if we're talking about the Nuggets now, I'm sorry. That size will be an issue. That's going to be an issue. The Warriors lack deep in size, okay? But nonetheless, that's the pros and cons of the Warriors. I still feel like they played well. It looked like JJ was using the size to their advantage in the beginning, but they overcame that. And I do like the team. I just feel like they're a fun team to watch. But do I think that Podziemski's going to have a heater and go 8 for 10 in the playoffs? Maybe a game or two, but I don't think he's going to be the hero. Steph Curry's probably going to be better from 3 himself, but I don't see him dropping 37 every single night. They're going to be a fun team to watch. But nonetheless, they're going to be a second round out, in my opinion. But I'm not sitting here trying to give some leeway to the Lakers or trying to gas them up or anything like that. This is about one game, right? Let's not make too much about one game, but let's not take away from one game. So, Lakers, you played bad. Warriors, you played great. And now let's move to the Lakers, okay? Lakers, fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Okay? First of all, you should not be shooting 47 threes against a team that you're bigger than! You are bigger than the Warriors. Why the hell are you guys settling for threes? What was that about? There were a few plays that frustrated me. Even from Bron, even though LeBron was probably the best player last night, funny enough. 10 for 15, 8 from 9 from the free throw line, and even 5 for 8 from 3. So he still was good from 3. Even though he was good from 3, there was a couple plays that still pissed me off. Why the fuck are you leaning in the corner trying to get a 3 when you're down 10 with a few minutes to go? You guys were not hot from 3. Okay? 38%. You were hot late. But there were so many plays that it's like, dude, you guys are bigger. I don't want to sound like an old head here, but you guys are big. Put your fucking head down and get to the paint. Jesus Christ, you guys were playing like you were playing against the fucking Nuggets or OKC. I'm not saying OKC's big, it's just defensively they're hard to beat. And they are big in a sense too. But damn, like come on, man. What the hell? And then you let the Warriors out-rebound you? You let the Warriors out-rebound you. Yeah, we're starting with cons. We'll get the pros to end it, you know. But we're starting with cons. This is fucking ridiculous. This was a ridiculous game to watch if you're a Lakers fan. Because it was just absolutely frustrating. Luka, we're going to get to you in a second. But this was just frustrating. Rui should have fucking get fed a lot earlier than he was. Rui should have been fed over and over again. He had Steph fucking Curry on him. What are we doing? What are we doing? He had Steph Curry. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, they got out-rebounded. I felt like a lot of plays that they were running. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This feels a little scary to me. Here's what I'll bring up. A lot of plays that the Lakers were running was so disjointed. If you watch the game, It felt like they had no idea what they were doing. Like, it just, there were several plays that it worried me a little bit. It worried me. It's like Luka just got there type of plays, if you get what I'm saying. Like, their chemistry, as far as who's going where, it was just disjointed. I don't know what happened last night. Like, I'll give you an example, right? 2 plays here. So you had LeBron at the top, and then you had, I think, to your left, you had Austin. On the right side, you had Rui. Dorian Finney-Smith was in the middle. He passes it off. LeBron goes in. Dorian Finney-Smith just stays. And they damn near run into each other. And they're miscommunicating and they're not sure what to do. Jackson gets the ball. He doesn't know who to pass to. And he kind of just throws it away. It was just... It just, I don't know. I don't know. Finney-Smith, by the way. Not Jackson Hayes. Finney-Smith passed it to Jackson Hayes was passing it to Finney-Smith, and he kind of just threw it away. But the play was just disjointed. I didn't understand it. Another play, one of LeBron's turnovers, was getting into the paint and looking for Smith and throwing him the pass, and Smith just kind of running baseline. And it was, again, another miscommunication. Like, it was just, there were several plays like that last night where it was just miscommunication after miscommunication. And it was kind of frustrating. It was like watching this team, like I said, just get Luka or something. It didn't make sense. Hopefully they can fix that. I don't know what the hell was happening there. But that was weird as fuck to me. We already talked about being out-rebounded. That was weird as fuck to me. We talked about how they had the size and didn't use it. That was weird as fuck to me. 47 fucking threes taken. Drive the fucking paint, not to sound like an old head. That's weird as fuck to me. Like, it's just... Look, this felt like a playoff game, right? 82 possessions for the Warriors, 86 for the Lakers. It felt like a playoff game. You know, possessions are lowered. You got to be smarter with your plays, less opportunities. And the Warriors came to play. And the Lakers seemed like they just were not ready. We're not ready. But Luka, I need to talk about you for a second. Because you frustrate me. Okay? You frustrate me, Luka. You really frustrate me. What the fuck was this kid doing last night? Luka is doing what I was worried about in the first place when Luka got traded there, and why I even said I'm not sure if they're able to go as far. Luka's defense is a problem, and he needs to make sure he addresses that, because if he doesn't, they are going to be in trouble. Period. That's the best way I can put that. There is no reason. There is several plays. I'm sorry, Luka. I'm calling you out because I watched the game. That you are crying to the refs for fouls. I get it. Players do it. You might have been hit. It is what it is. Get your ass back down the court. There was a couple plays, this motherfucker is sitting there and crying instead of getting to the other end of the court, and the Warriors are having a 4-on-5. Do you understand me? That cannot happen in the playoffs. Every possession matters. You cannot be throwing out possessions because you're too busy crying to the referees. That needs to be fixed. That needs to stop. I also don't like the fact that Luka decided when Austin Reeves had the hot hand, when LeBron James had the hot hand, at the end of the goddamn game, for him to drive the lane when you are 6 of 17 and 0 from 6 from 3 and get a strip from Draymond and then cry about it. That pissed me off more than anything. First of all, you guys are down. Can we watch this? Okay, I guess an ad will go by and then we can watch it. First of all, you guys are down. There's not that much time left. You actually do need threes now. I mean, fuck it. You already shot 47. Fuck it. Okay? You do need threes now. Look at this. You're down by 6. At this point, fuck it, Luka. You do need threes now. Not a lot of time left. And what do you decide to do? What do you decide to do? You got Austin Reeves up here. You got LeBron on Kuminga. You got Kuminga on LeBron. And do you decide to go up with it against Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green? Two excellent defenders. Let's not throw it to Rui, who's got Steph on him. Let's not throw it to Brown, who's got Kuminga on him. Or Reeves, who's got Podziemski on him. Best thing here, Bron, if they really can go for 2, Bron can drive the lane and maybe kick it out to Reeves. Or kick it out to Rui. But you want this. You want this. If I'm JJ, I'm wanting him to either go to Reeves. My second, funny enough, LeBron. Even though I like the Steph on Rui shit. I like that mismatch, but these two got the hot hand. But my first one would be Reeves for him to try to make a move. My second one would be Bron. And then my third option would be Rui. But you could have picked any of these 3. And you decided to drive your ass into the lane against Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler. What did you think was going to happen when you drove into the lane against 2 of the best defenders on the team? And again, 6 for 17. You weren't even playing good, dude. Hot hand. Hot fucking hand. Pass the ball. You know, it's funny because I heard from Scap Attack and all this shit about how they're being held back. I bet you, I'm curious. I'm so curious. Yeah. Of course. Do you think he talks about at all? We're not watching a Scap Attack video, don't worry. But I am curious. Do you think he talks about at all Luka selling it at the end of the game? Now, you know how I feel about quote-unquote selling it. A team sells it. I feel like the team in general, I don't even know if they come back, even if he does pass it. I think the team in general was bad last night. Yeah. I think the team in general was bad last night. I think that Luka could have helped his team, but it was just bad. It was a bad overall game. So, but that play by Luka still pissed me off. But I'm curious, one game. I like how one game he's owned. By the way, Scap, the Warriors dropped 3 to the Lakers this year. Don't know if you know that. Don't know if you know that. 3. And LeBron played in the first one. And LeBron played in the second one. And LeBron played in the third one. LeBron played in all 3 of these games. And they lost all 3 of these games. But of course, let's talk about the fact that the Warriors won 1 of these games. And now Steph Curry owns LeBron. This is what I'm talking about. This guy just doesn't watch basketball. We're not watching a Scap Attack video. Not this week. Other shit to talk about. Playoffs coming up. Play-in tournament coming up. We got other shit to talk about. We will leave Scap Attack for a later day. But I am curious on, like, what he says as far as, like...
Just 25 and 26 and tied for the 10th seed, the final play-in spot that is, when they made the Butler move out of desperation. And of the teams that have a look at this with one player that has owned him thoroughly throughout his career.
That's crazy. I don't know. It just seems like he's just glazing Steph a little bit, glazing the Warriors a bit. And the Warriors should be glazed. They played well. But it seems more just like LeBron sucks, Steph Curry's the GOAT type of shit, I guess. I don't know. Nonetheless, though. Let's talk about the good, and then we'll head out, right? Then we'll peace out. Let's talk about the good real quick. Now, what is the good as far as the Lakers and how I feel about them? Well, they got the size to handle the Warriors. That much I do like. I like Rui. He plays well. I like Austin. He's playing his element. He's playing well. Luka didn't play well. I do expect him to play well, though. The reason I'm so hard on Luka is because I feel like he can play better. If I felt like he couldn't play better, I wouldn't be on his ass this much. I mean, look at Jackson Hayes. He got 2 points. He was 1 for 4. But I don't expect much from Jackson Hayes. Look at Dorian Finney-Smith. He was 1 for 6 and 0 for 5 from 3. You guys know how I feel about Finney-Smith. And you know how I feel about Gabe Vincent from the fucking 3-point line. You guys know how I feel about him. If you don't, they piss me off. That's all you need to know. But I'm not going to sit here and rant like I just did about them. Because fuck, at this point, I kind of expect it. I want them to play good. But Jesus, these guys will play more nights bad than good. So when they have a good night, I'm happy. When they have a bad night, I'm used to it. But with Luka, he can play better than this. So I'm going to be on his ass. Definitely can play better than this. Well, let's get to the good. Austin Reeves played really well. He's going to be a factor for them in the playoffs because I think he's playing well than he did last year. LeBron, there's been some questions whether or not he's still injured, in a slump, not playing well. Well, old man played 40 minutes, was 5 from 8 from 3, 8 from 9 from the free throw line, 10 of 15 from the field goal. And he go ahead and gave you some 9 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, and 5 rebounds. He played extremely well. 33 points. LeBron played really well for an old-ass 40-year-old. 40 minutes, 40-year-old. He played well. Rui Hachimura, he played well. I think this team, when they're in their element and they're playing well, is going to win games. They just need another guy to step up. Funny enough, I said this before. If they have another guy just step up and give you like 10 points and a couple boards, a block, something like that. Just another role player to step up, they win the game. Funny enough, I say that, and that's true. I mean, we can do the math. If they get 8 points from Dorian Finney-Smith to put them to 10, the Lakers win by 1. So it's just... And obviously, that's a what if. But I'm just saying, if Rui plays his element, Bron plays his element, Luka plays better. If Luka plays better, they win the game. Fucking funny enough. They don't even need another guy to step up. But like I said, Luka, LeBron, and Reeves just need to play to their level. I don't need them to play superstar. You know, 30 points is not even superstar level for Bron in situations like this. Playoff situations like this. If Bron can just give me like 25, though, Reeves can give me 25. Luka gives me about 25 to 28, but gives me more as far as his efficiency goes. Okay, and then keeps his assist and his rebounds the same. Actually look for the man with the hot hand. What the fuck, Luka? And then the other players just give me about 5 points apiece. They're going to beat any team. That's how I truly feel. If they all play in their element. And Rui gives me about 20. That's it. I just need these guys to play their role. That's all I need. All these players to play their role. They all can play their role. Luka can play his role. He just pisses me off. But with that being said, I think the Lakers have something to work on. Like I said, I don't know what happened as far as a lot of these plays just being so just disjointed. Miscommunication being high as fuck. I don't know what's going to happen as far as like the future goes with their big man. I think they need... I love Jackson Hayes. He is a firecracker. But I do think the Lakers this offseason need to get themselves a center. A center. Doesn't have to be a big time center, but they need a center. Because I love Jackson Hayes. He's just not going to cut it, though. But yeah. Good win by the Warriors. Really bad loss by the Lakers. Both teams have great things they have, and both teams have things they got to work on. But I think the difference is the Lakers, I think they can pick it up. Luka can play better. Okay? Another role player can step up. Even 2 can step up. Okay? I don't know what the Warriors are going to do about size. You can't make motherfuckers grow. Okay? And that's going to hurt them in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. I mean, look. I said this before, and I had Warrior fans on my dick talking about I don't know what I'm talking about. And then the Nuggets came in without... They had no Bron. They had no Bron, no Jokic, no Murray. And they were without one more, too. But no Bron, no Jokic, no Murray. And who were the two biggest motherfuckers on the team? Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon. Who completely lit the Warriors up? Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon. That's why I was a little pissed off, because Rui should have been fed a lot earlier. He only had like 2 looks in the beginning of the game. I would have fed his ass way before I fed Luka, LeBron, and Reese. Fuck that. He's got Curry on him. Feed him! Feed him! But nonetheless... if the Lakers messed up as far as not feeding their big man against a smaller defender, best believe the Nuggets are not going to make that mess up, because it doesn't matter who they feed, someone big is going to get fed. If it's going to be Michael Porter Jr., big guy, probably going to be on a smaller guy, fed. This is going to be Aaron Gordon, big guy, probably on a smaller guy, fed. This is going to be Jokic, big guy, definitely going to be on a smaller guy, fed. So we're going to see what happens tonight as far as the Warriors go. But the Lakers, like I said, this was a bad loss, and hopefully Luka understands that his defensive prowess matters. He needs to be better defensively, point blank, period. And hopefully he understands that his efficiency, if it's not hitting, some nights you just aren't hitting. Pass the ball to the players that are, period. But until next time, friends, I hope you like my little rant. I will talk about marquee games like these a lot, especially with the playoffs coming up. I will break down games like these a lot. So if you like this type of content, usually I'll be reacting to stuff. But like I said, when marquee games come up, I like to watch them. I like to tell you guys how I felt about them and what I thought about them. Until next time, though, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's something you want to talk about, want me to talk about, and I will do so. And I love you. See you. Goodbye.